Hello, everyone. My name is Van Campbell. I'm going to be representing Team Onyx today for COVID Connections, our term project. To go a bit more in depth in our team, I'm Van Campbell. As I said earlier, I am the team lead / Scrum Master. We also have Sam A., our product owner / front end lead. We have Felix, one of our front end developers. Gus, our main back end lead / back end developer. We also had Sam Y., our front end and back end developer, who sort of did a bit of both. We also had Frecks, another front end developer, and of course, Michael, one of our main technical writers. So you may be asking yourself by now, what is COVID Connections? So COVID Connections is currently accessible on the FAU LAMP server. It is a website that was primarily made to connect Florida residents during the COVID-19 pandemic. It was created as a social media platform site to include a variety of different site features, for example, forums, games, and of course, resources about the COVID-19 pandemic to just inform people about health and to keep them safe during these trying times. We also have made a commitment early on to completely respect our members' privacy and not to sell any data to third parties. So how we did it. So the app, as I mentioned earlier, our site is hosted on the FAU LAMP server. We communicated mainly using Slack and Zoom meetings. We also use GitHub for code collaboration and repository management. We had Jira for the Scrum development process and managing all of our issues. We also used a variety of languages / coding frameworks, for example, HTML5 and CSS to create and format our site, as well as PHP for web development, JavaScript for our dynamic functions, and of course, jQuery, the library, to just really more for easy use for JavaScript. And of course, to manage our site's information, we use MySQL database to create different databases to encrypt our site information. We wanted to follow many different non-functional requirements. We wanted to make our site to be able to run on all major browsers and OSs. So it should work on Chrome, Firefox, as well as Windows, Linux, and Mac. We expect our site to have a very low traffic load, but we also wanted to accommodate multiple user tolerances at once. So we should be able to simulate a bit higher traffic load, but of course not too high. Our system, we wanted to make it always accessible and stored on the FAU LAMP servers. And we also had a variety of performance requirements. Responsiveness, we had many different testing requirements we wanted to fulfill for our functional requirements. We wanted our site to be reliable. And also we wanted to maintain a bug count for developer standards and practices. Some of our features that we were able to include are the creating, posting, searching, and replying of forums, secure account creation, and of course, a login and logout system for members, COVID-19 resources page, a games page, a profile for personal account page just for storing information on yourself, as well as weather in your area and any updated COVID-19 statistics and information. And of course, an ability to edit that profile and enter information about yourself. There were also a variety of features we were not able to get to. We have the clubs and discussion of the week, which we wish to implement on forums. We had the recent games, which we wanted to implement on games, notifications for the homepage, and of course our gallery functionality, which we were not able to get to. We actually decided not to implement this functionality around M3. We wanted to focus more on the main functionalities of the site, for example, forums, resources, games. And most of these issues we were not able to get to primarily due to time constraints. This is just a few screenshots of our site. So this is a picture of the front page when a user, for example, me, is logged in. We also have some discussions in our forums along with some of the comments. And we also have games. For example, here's Snake, one of our developer choice games. Some of the resources we have on our resources page, and finally a sample of the home page, in particular my home page, where you could see the top. So we've learned a lot of different things, and we've had a lot of different insights throughout the project. A lot of us didn't get to haven't been able to work on a project of this scale before, so we got to experience a lot of new things and really implement a lot of important skills we've been developing over our years at college. Some of us got to grow more in HTML and JS, JavaScript, as well as PHP. Some of us were more new to these languages than others, but in the end, we all got to expand our knowledge of these languages and their use. But more importantly, we got to learn some important management skills, not only time management, but planning skills, also the design and implementation of architecture and software engineering. But all in all, a very important lesson we all learned, and something, a big takeaway would be proper teamwork, communication, and of course, all of these different insights and lessons all correlate to, of course, software engineering and the main tenets of that. But that will conclude the slide presentation, and we are now going to jump over to Jira to go over our Jira board and how we managed our project. So this is our Jira board. As you can see, we have 4 main columns. We have a to-do column. Currently, we are working on our demonstration of our final product, so we're going to actually move this into in progress, where we are keeping track of all the issues that are currently assigned. For example, this is our M5 submission, which is assigned to me. This will of course maintain all of our progress, all of our issues which are currently going on. When one is completed, we actually added this column, feedback, so that whenever somebody was done with an issue, they could move it into feedback and get feedback from anyone on the team. And if they were given the go-ahead, they could move it into done, where this would finish that issue, or they could move it back to in progress, where they could continue working on it. But to jump into our backlog, as you can see, we divided most of our issues into epics to keep track of which issues corresponded to which one, along with separating which issues corresponded to milestones and which ones were more site related. And also into the backlog in general, you could see some of the issues we did not get to, for example, for the gallery implementation. That will conclude the presentation of our Jira though, and now we are going to jump to our GitHub to explain our repositories. So for GitHub, we wanted to implement many different revision control policies, so we separated each one into milestones, as well as separating our main team website from the differing milestones of our actual project. So just as an example, we'll go through each one. So milestone 1, of course, will contain all of the documents as well as who committed those for each different aspect of milestone 1. We have, of course, milestone 2, which will have our mockups and who committed those. Milestone 3 is the first aspect we were able to actually start working on our prototype, where you could see we implemented our code. This is where our code base would be, as well as where we're keeping track of our milestone 3 documents and commits. We also have the same thing here for milestone 4, and of course, finally for milestone 5, where we have our final project code base as well as our final project documents. And that'll conclude our explanation of GitHub and our repositories and our revision histories, and move now on to our final project demonstration with Samuel Adkins.
Hello, my name is Samuel Adkins, and I'm part of Team Onyx, also known as Team 8, and this is our website, COVID Connections. This is the front page where you come. If you're not logged in yet, you can see a little description about what we stand for and some of the features of the website. We have the resources, the games, the gallery, which is under construction, and the forums. A new user can sign up and hit create account here. We've already done that in the prototype, so I'll move on to logging in. That way we can use the features of the website. Clicking over, we can see resources. This is a place to get some new COVID-19 resources or find things and resources that are near you, such as testing sites and unemployment benefits. Clicking one, testing sites were brought to testing sites around your area if you allow the location settings. moving on, we can go over to the games page. These are some simple JavaScript games built into the browser part of the website. This is the developer's choice game, Snake. Click play, play a little snake in the browser, and go back from previous page to go back to the website. Then we can click over the forms. Here, this is the front page for the forms. You can see the last post by which user and some post statistics, like Should You Learn Python has 11 posts with 5 different topics. We can go in there, create a new post, another new post with a little description, hit submit. We see that here now, another new post by Adkins, my account, refresh, it's there. It's all connected to the backend. Go over, we can make a comment to that post and delete it. We have a functional navigation. You can click back or all the way back to the front of the forms. And that is our form page. We can click over to profile now, and this is a spot where a user can customize their profile towards themselves, especially with a fully linked into the backend little edit profile section where they can change their bio, say from beep beep to boop boop, and their age from 26 to 35, and they can go from the 3rd to the 5th. Click Save Changes, and there you go. Same Atkins the 5th, beep beep became boop boop, and they're now 35. And we have a little interactive COVID statistics map. You can hover over and see fully vaccinated by 100% or by 100,000 population. Some other COVID-19 resources and a little weather widget of the current weather in the area, and a embedded little HTML COVID-19 subreddit page where you can see the new latest trending information about COVID-19. You can click, see more information, leave a post to that if you want. And I believe that is everything for the website. You can log out and you're brought back to the landing page of the website, which is where you go if you are not logged in. And I think that is everything. Thank you.